Yeah, that's right. It's time. Oh, that was loud. Sorry. Welcome in. This is the Eric Zane Show podcast. So glad you are here. The Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures Monday through Friday, right here in the Impact Power Stereo FM studio. Somebody said easy every time you say power for Impact Power Sports Studio. I want you to say power. Impact Power Sports online at impactpowersportsmi.com. Ms. Molly is here. It has been a while. She says, "Good morning, fuckers. I'm back from a 3-week hiatus. Glad to see you back. It has been too long. There hasn't been a lot of major developments other than our sweet pals, Kenny and Jeremy. The weight is falling off these two. Combined, they have dropped a ton of weight. Jeremy's only been at it for 2 weeks and 2 days. Kenny had a longer start, but when they kind of converged because they weighed the same exact weight, like 325 pounds. And I think Kenny's down about between 40 and 50. Jeremy's down about 15 rather quickly. These two slobs are going to weigh in on Monday in the Fatathon. Kenny took week 1. It's like there's fantasy football. This is fantasy fat. I haven't really come up with a prize or an end game for this, but I like keeping track of the Monday weigh-ins, who's lost the most weight, and giving them, the victory or the loss. They're both winners by this losing the weight. However, there is a particular thing with Kenny that I'm concerned with. J-Dog Sparky, that would be Jason Terry, says we need to start gambling with the weigh-in. Like who's going to, putting money on it, skin in the game, fat in the game. I love that idea. Kenny with the line, the prize is seeing our penises again. Jeremy adds the same thing. Because these guys, seriously, these are sweet individuals. These are good people, good souls. And they're too young to have their, their lives end when it comes to a significant other. Whoever wins gets an all-expenses-paid trip to stay at Chateau Zane. Ugh. Kenny is teasing content. He says, yeah, yeah, mate. Hey, just wait till my update tomorrow night. That would be the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Tomorrow, right here, it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Ryan says, wait a second, there isn't really a prize in it. No, I haven't. No, are you kidding me? I'm not that prepared. FYI, for you folks local to your old pal EZ, I want you to book Friday, December 20 in the afternoon for your assistance with the Great Food Giveaway. Year 1, we gave away 100 meals. Year 2, we gave away 200. Last year, we went back to 100. We figured out 200's too much, 100's not enough. we will be feeding 150 families on Great Food Giveaway number 4. When I give you the word, we'll start combining our resources. We'll figure that out. And then we will buy all of the food ahead of time and then give it away in one fell swoop. I'm actually going to ask our pal Joe Pellerito to gently suggest to his brother to, hey, you know what? Maybe it would be best for you to sit this one out. Mike last year crashed it and kind of made things difficult on us because he was watching from across the street, staring at the ladies on the corner as they were urging people passing by to come down and get the free food if they need it. And then we phoned over and said to them, hey, we've given away all of the food. Come on back. And they came back, and then Mike saw that they were gone. And then he wandered over and started encouraging people to come down the street and get free food, but we had none. I think it would just be best to let it go. You know, you just, at some point in time, you got to put this behind you. Ryan says, let us also not forget, this wonderful giveaway is how Trump gave you your infamous nickname of Big Fraud. Oh, my God. That is so true. I love that. My pal Kenny made a post yesterday, and I don't know if this is the best thing. He posted something to the effect of, I love intermittent fasting. And I'm like, what? And, I mean, I could understand why you love it because you're losing weight. But he wrote, I love intermittent fasting. And then he wrote, because I can eat whatever I want when I eat. He shows like these amazing foods that look, well, I mean, particularly awesome. Now, I understand that. But I don't know if is that accurate, Kenny? I don't know if just, you know, go hard on the fast and then pig out on whatever you want. I thought you said that the app encourages you to eat somewhat sensibly. Like you might have a little more wiggle room, but still you can't like, you know, fast and then head over to Taco Bell. Or am I missing something here? Maybe you could put a finer point on that and help me understand what you're doing there, because I'm pretty sure you can't just eat whatever the fuck you want. I think that might be kind of sideways. I thought that the plan was fast, eat sensibly, and then one day a week, just, you know, crush it. Like, that's your reward, so to speak. I might be getting this wrong. I mean, you know more about this than I do. Chris says, how's Easy's diet going? Aren't you on the intermittent fasting train as well? I am, and nothing has changed for me. I haven't weighed in a little while, and I'm doing that intentionally. So, Kenny, maybe you can explain what's up with that. Speaking of Patreon, where tomorrow is a Big Fraud Thursday, we're going to start off Big Fraud Thursday with episode number 28 of who are these free beers. Now, if you're watching the show as we speak, this is the latest picture of Free Beer and his hair. It was sent to me by none other than Ben Glaze. Okay. Ben sent that to me, and he wrote, "How does no one say anything?" Ryan says, holy bald, he's got a full-blown Trump comb over, I can't read apparently, going there. Yeah, that's our boy. So we will be busting out who are these free beers. And I'm excited to play for you a couple of clips where I don't know how to explain it, but the amount of laughter by our pal Free Beer was just off the charts for something that I honestly don't know what was funny. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe because I'm not on the inside. Maybe it was an inside joke. But the bald blonde bomber was laughing his dick off with his hardcore Muppet laugh. He either laughs like a Muppet or Jabba. That was a great observation by Aram. That he's either doing ha 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 ha, which is almost Pee Wee Herman like. Excuse me. Or the ho 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 ho. Waiting Latin solo. All right. Nick writes, yesterday's Patreon was hilarious. I wish I was there live. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. We did have a good time. There were some significant descriptions that led to some real heartache from Patty and Thelma, Maureen and Linda, about Maureen's husband, Terry, and what would happen if he got into a hot tub with Maureen and Terry. Now, Linda says, yeah, everything was great except for the hot tub part. But no, I would say that that was the best part of it. There were some amazing references there and descriptors that I think made this a legendary show. And I think you should go back and get it if you have not listened to it. Maureen says, must we revisit this? Well, I wouldn't dare give you specifics on what happened on a Patreon show because I don't want to ruin it. I mean, people pay good money for that shit. So to me, it's bad business to do the Patreon show and then show up in the free platform and tell you what happened on the Patreon show. That's not what this is about. I forgot who suggested this, but there was a suggestion that was made to me about the Dude Shadoway episodes. I just recently posted 40 episodes of Dude Shadoway interviews. Thank you to Ben Glaze for tapping into his reserve pile. He actually just kind of stumbled upon them on an old hard drive, sent me all the material, and I posted it on Patreon. Now, eventually, I'm assuming, I haven't heard anything yet, and they just might not give a shit, and that's awesome, that I will get a C and D because though I booked the interview, I wrote the bit, my character, me doing it, I don't own that material. So me posting that there, it opens me up to some legal wrangling. So it wouldn't surprise me if I get a cease and desist about that material. The suggestion was made that I take every episode of The Dude and put them on one file, a Dude supercut, and then publish it. And I'm like, that's not a bad idea. I want people to have options. And so absolutely, I am going to get that done. Concerning yesterday's discussion on the Patreon, that was a big laughing point for Nick. Not so much Linda and Maureen. Nick wrote, this all happened because Linda doesn't like to get into hot tubs with family members. Nick said, the hot tub smeg talk. My ex hated the word broth, which I used to describe dirty hot tub water after my dirty ass got out. Ugh. And Jeremy refers to it as Terry's own Grundle cider. Chris asks, will there be any more Who Are These Zanes again? Yes. I just don't know when. Right now, as we speak, Europal EZ is waiting on a response. All right, good deal. I'm just looking at it right now. I will need your cell when you send me the Zoom link. All right, so legendary rock band Foghat. Now, if you're younger, you probably don't know them. But you might remember them from their song Slow Ride. If you play Guitar Hero, I think it's on there. Slow Ride, Take It Easy. And then they also do a version of I Just Want to Make Love to You by Fleetwood Mac. It's outstanding. Other hits, Fool for the City, Stone Blue. Foghat has sold a ton of albums. In the 1970s, you were listening to Foghat. So they're all dead, except one guy, the drummer. His name's Roger Earl. He's the only original member of the band Foghat. Coming up October 4th, Foghat will be in Petoskey, Michigan at a casino. Now, this is Q100 Michigan territory, my radio station that I do the morning show for Monday through Friday from right here. Easy. Will you interview Foghat? I go, yeah, of course, yeah. Now, I'm always just say yes. Just say yes. Now, this is a little tricky. Now, they have a particular way of doing it. Listen, I'm given the marching orders, and I just say yes. Easy, will you interview Foghat? Yes. Okay, this is what we want you to do. We want you to do the interview and record it, and then send us the material, and then we will edit it up and use what we want. I go, sounds good to me. Now, up there, they are a hell of a lot more meticulous with the details than I am. Because if it were me, I would just open up the mic and talk for 30 minutes with dude from Foghat. But they have a way that they do things there. And this is not up to me to put my own spin on it. All I do is play the music, make a smart-ass comment, and if they tell me to interview somebody, I'm going to interview somebody. Jeremy writes, everybody's talking about the drummer from Foghat. Everyone knows he's the focal point of the band. Okay. Now, this show is going to sell out there. And the reason why is because of this. First of all, let me get rid of everybody on Facebook and YouTube here. If you want the rest of this story, you got to go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Follow me there, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or download the Twitch app and just type in Eric Zane Live, all one word, and there I am. The audio from this podcast is made available on all the podcasting platforms after it's done. I go to Apple Podcasts, subscribe, rate, review. Send me an email in the Shoreliner Striping inbox, eric@ericzaneshow.com. And don't forget about me on Patreon. Try 7 days free at patreon.com/Eric Zane. That means you can get episode 28 of Who Are These Free Beers? Patreon.com/Eric Zane. All right. Kick them out.